The time now, 12 noon on this Monday afternoon, July 28, 2014. On a Monday afternoon, it's time now for the Weatherman PJ Wiggins, the Noontime Report. Monday afternoon, July 28, 2014. Good afternoon, everybody. Our conditions at 12 noon in Norton, Massachusetts. It's 80 degrees on temperature with forecast skies. Humidity is 64%. Wind speed southwest about 13, gusts 121 miles per barometer. 29.56 inches and dew point about 67 degrees, and the visibility 10 miles, heat index 82 degrees. Let's take a look at our radar scope, and it shows some spotty showers and thunderstorms off the southeastern Rhode Island coastline and line of rain showers off the north central Martha's Vineyard and off the central Cape Mini Islands there. And we're seeing some cell with heavy downpours, but no lightning involved around Andover and around Lawrence and around Haverhill and around Georgetown here. And a line of showers and few storms around southeastern Vermont and down to northwestern Massachusetts, around Greenfield, around West Halifax. And this is the same system that brought a tornado in River, Massachusetts, a line echo off the Massachusetts coastline, stretching down to southern Maine, down from Northern Hampshire and over Vermont, and stretching down for southern Quebec, around Montreal, and down for Ontario, from Ottawa east to Toronto, down for upstate, central and western New York, down for northwestern and northeastern Pennsylvania, and then spotty rain showers in northeastern and east central portions of West Virginia here. And spotty rain showers off the North Carolina coastline, and some spotty rain showers in western Florida and stretching off the Gulf states here. And some spotty rain showers in northeastern Texas and western Oklahoma and then western Texas, and spotty rain showers in western Texas and stretching down New Mexico, eastern Arizona, and north central Mexico. It's spotty rain showers off the southern California coastline, stretching of south central California down for eastern central California, down for southern Nevada, and a spotty rain showers in northeastern Nevada, northwestern Utah, down for Idaho, down for western Montana, down for British Columbia and Alberta, and a spotty rain showers. Oh shoot!
Those local public safety officials are still very early on in the cleanup phase, and with all the down trees and power lines, it's just not safe for people to be able to.
We got Canyon Lands National Park, Utah. Good evening. It's 81 degrees with clear skies here. Okay, let's take a look at our satellite loop here, and it shows
in these neighborhoods that were hardest hit near the American Legion Highway. Jim, you've been moving around quite a bit when Kevin had that backpack. Tell us what you are at this point, and again, show us what you're seeing.
Spotty clouds covered in northern New England and stretched out a bunch of Canada, stretched out of New York State, western Pennsylvania, down for West Virginia, down for Ohio, Indiana, up into Michigan, and up in Ontario. Number batch of clouds covered from southern Minnesota down for western Iowa. Spotty clouds from western Mississippi down to northern Louisiana, stretching out to northern Texas, western Oklahoma down for western Kansas, and a batch of clouds from northern Mexico up in the Four Corner region down for southern California, Nevada. And all the way up into Idaho, down for western Montana, down for southwestern Alabama, down for southeastern British Columbia, and a batch of clouds coming from western British Columbia, not to see here. Oh wait, let's take a look at a map situation here. Station front from Oregon, stretching down for the southwest and down to Texas and down for Louisiana, and merging with a cold front from Mississippi down for Atlanta and up the Carolina coast is up in the Midland coastline, and merging with a station front from New England and up in New Brunswick, up in Quebec with a cool front. Further back from western New York around Buffalo down for southern Michigan and the northeastern Illinois. And a further back down for California. Low pressure north central Nevada, western Arizona and the Gulf of California and northern Louisiana and eastern New York. And high pressure in North Dakota, northwestern Wyoming, eastern Colorado and down for north central Mexico. Here. 69 degrees, that temperature in Boston. It's 83 out in Washington, D.C. and Atlanta, 88 in Miami, 85 in Brownsville, 86 in Dallas, Texas, 67 in Kansas City, 63 in Chicago, 65 in Minneapolis, it's 62 in Great Falls, Montana, Seattle, Washington, and San Francisco, California. It's 69 in Los Angeles, it's 80 in Salt Lake City, Utah, 66 out in Denver, and 72 out in Albuquerque here. Current conditions around the region. Here we have a 77 degree temperature reading for Boston. It's 77 in Fitchburg, 76 in Bedford, 73 in Beverly, 70 out in Gloucester, 72 out in Worcester, 71 in Sturbridge, 77 in Webster, 74 in Milford, 78 in Norwood, 80 in Taunton, 77 in Bedford, 79 in Plymouth, 75 out in Provincetown, 72 in Chatham, 75 out in Falmouth, 72 in Cape Cod Bay, 72 in Martin Vineyard, 16 in Nantucket, 67 in Boston Harbor, 75 in Block Island, 77 in West Fleet, 73 out in Smithfield, 73 in Springfield, it's 70 in Amherst, 72 in Greenfield, 72 out in Pittsfield, it's 70 in North Adams, and out in Albany, New York, 72 in Bennington, Vermont. 76 in Brattleboro, Vermont. It's 72 in Keene, 73 in Jeffrey and Nashville, New Hampshire. 70 in Manchester, New Hampshire. 69 in Concord, New Hampshire. 69 in Amesbury. 68 in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. 61 in Biddeford. And 66 in Portland, Maine. 74 in Winslow. 77 in Norfolk. 75 in Meriden. 70 in Waterbury. And 72 in Danbury. 76 in New Haven. 77 in Bridgeport. And 74 out in Long Island Sound, and it's 77 in Montauk, 76 in Islip, and 78 in New York City. Here, forecast discussed around the country. Here, showers and thunderstorms along with a threat of severe weather across the southeast, and dry and cooler weather infiltrate much of the eastern half of the United States, and heavy rain and flash flooding in the possible later in the Southern Rockies and in the Southern Plains. The strong upper level disturbance will continue to push eastward across the northeast and drive the surface front over the northeast middle line close by Monday afternoon part of the coastal exit. Heavy rain, especially in the northeast, is expected with a potential of a flash flooding, and farther south, the cold front will continue moving across the southeast toward the Gulf of Mexico. This is where the severe weather threat will be on Monday. See the Prediction Center for information. The cold front begins to slow down once it reaches the Gulf Coast by Tuesday morning and eventually stalls. It will continue to fire off daytime convection over Tuesday and Wednesday. The surface low associated with this cold front will move north of the northeast and in the Quebec where precipitation will linger until Tuesday morning and finally taper off. Beyond the cold front, much of the cooler, drier air will continue to filter across the plains into the Mississippi Valley and northeast on Monday by Tuesday. Most of the eastern half of the U.S. will experience pleasant conditions, including the typical hot and humid Gulf Coast states. Unfortunately, the West Coast continues to not change over the next few days, and dry, hot air will fuel the threat for fire weather danger. Meanwhile, the Southern Rockies and the Southern Plains will have very high amounts of moisture. This abundance of moisture, along with instability, and lead to several days of heavy rainfall, and consequently could lead to flash flooding here.
Really strong. Emily, good afternoon to you.
Forecast discussion in New England here. A rather strong low pressure system by July Sands will move across upstate New York today before heading to northern New England tonight. It will bring showers and thunderstorms this morning. For very possible strong storms this afternoon, and cold front will cross the region tonight and Tuesday. It's bringing drier and less humid weather as the front remains stalled over the Maritimes and the New England offshore waters throughout the weekend. And just minor tweaks to the forecast this morning. Sunshine has broken up clouds, especially across southeast Massachusetts. Will continue to monitor the threat of additional showers and storms later this afternoon. Here,
we are starting to see a few cells developing. Right up here, there is some lightning right now crossing up into southern Vermont and moving towards southwest New Hampshire. These cells have fired up in the
okay. This is all. Let's see what's going on in the tropics here. Okay, a tropical wave located 700 miles southwest of the Cape.
Groveland, Merrimack, and Amesbury in the next 30 minutes or so.
Verde Islands is producing disorganized clouds and showers and thunderstorms, and environmental conditions are expected to be conducted for gradual development of this disturbance over the next several days, and while it moves westward about 10 to 15 miles an hour here. Information chance for 4 hours. Medium about 30%. Information chance for 5 days. Height 70% here.
These streets that you are seeing here.
And the latest on Tropical Storm Hernan here. Now a tropical storm as of 11 a.m. 20 after the north, 115.9 west. Smells the same winds, 65 miles per hour. Movement northwest about 16 miles per hour. And
sticky air, soupy right now. Dew point temperatures in the upper 60s.
We have low pressure, located about 48 miles
So you can see a little bit of sun.
east of the Big Island of Hawaii is producing limited shower activity. Environmental conditions are expected to remain unfavorable for significant development of the system during the next several days as it moves westward about 10 miles per hour.
Isolated tornado.
Formation chance for 4 hours, low 10% of formation chance for 5 days, low 10% and near low pressure could form well south and southwest of the southern Mexico later this weekend. Some gradual development is.
Hours. Notice how we're going to continue to see on future casts.
System is possible after this time as the system moves generally west-northwestward. Formation chance for 4 hours, low near 0%, and formation chance for 5 days, low 20%. Alright, let's take a look at what is going on out in the Pacific here, as we just saw on
The coastline. So the message here, we are not done yet. The severe weather threat continues into this afternoon. Emily? All right, Cindy, thank you. And meteorologist Danielle Volmar also here with us, keeping an eye on viewer photos that we're getting into us and sort of what this tornado assessment might mean.
Yeah, I want to talk about what's going on with this because, we know that there's...
Let's fly you over the Pacific here to see what is going on with 11 here. It's a tropical depression 11 here, 30 miles per hour, gusts to 40 miles per hour, latitude 12.00, longitude 1.9 potato. It's going to gradually strengthen the tropical storm at Category 1 typhoon up to 8 miles per hour around Friday. So we'll keep this posted here. And today's severe weather outlook here.
Even if it wasn't zero, it would be 55 to 85 miles per hour. So that is why we are seeing these pictures being sent in with trees down over cars. It's going to get coming in for Revere. We also had a lot of rain in a very short period of time, causing a lot of flooding. This is one of the August and setting from one of
no critical fire weather danger here.
You can see a scene
Today,
and coming across the road, flooded area of roads in Danvers as well. So it wasn't just Revere; it was a lot of different places.
Slight risk of severe weather from northeast Louisiana, southern Mississippi, southern Alabama, and the Gulf Coast, and after southern Georgia and the coastal Carolinas. Some larger population centers in the risk area.
From these storms they came across. Again, numerous flooding reports from these storms, also some tree down damage. In fact,
Mobile, Alabama, Savannah, Georgia, Charleston, South Carolina, Wilmington, North Carolina, North Charleston, South Carolina. Hail damage winds, few tornadoes can be ruled out here. And few tornadoes can be ruled out in coastal North Carolina and western New England from Connecticut down Massachusetts up in Vermont, New Hampshire up in western Maine here.
These storms were pretty impressive, especially in Wakefield where they reported over.
And let's take a look at today's temperature outlook. Here's 78 for Boston, 79 for Hartford, 81 in New York, 77 in Worcester, 76 for Albany, 72 for Rutland, 78 for Concord, and it's 75 for Portland, Maine. So today's temperature range for today be 72 to 81 degrees here, and in the 80s from around New York City here. Okay, let's take a look at our view from the outside here at noontime here in Norton here. Shows a sunny day. High sun with humid conditions possible here. And with the sun in the air and high humidity, you have the ingredient for some thunderstorms here. Okay.
There's some branches on the roof, and you can see that the windows are actually.
Let's take a look.
One thing that you can't
And our
is that the meter.
hazardous weather outlook for today here. Before we go on to the 7-day forecast there.
They're dealing with a lack of electricity. That's one thing they're dealing with. They're dealing with trees down. They're dealing with heavy traffic. Now, if we can spin around, and Christine, I know this is going to be kind of a dramatic move here, but if you look across the road here, on the other side of the road,
Here we go.
you see a DCR truck there, and you see some limbs, branches in the back of the truck. That's part of the cleanup effort that's going on here. That's one of the reasons why traffic.
Day 1, day 9. Thunderstorms are likely. Some thunderstorms may produce strong and damaging wind gusts, and some thunderstorms may produce local heavy downpours that cause urban and poor drainage flooding. The greatest will be for the north and west of I-495. And day 2 for 7, Tuesday for Sunday. No hazard weather expected at the time here. And
Several hours now to actually clean up all of the debris.
let's take you on to the Futurecast radar here.
That we're aware of, but an awful lot of damage. A lot of people's lives have been damaged and changed for quite some time, including the homeowner.
Alright, we are not out of the woods yet for the severe weather here.
Parkway, the roof ripped off this section of the house. So they've been playing phone tag with the insurance company, trying to figure out what to do next.
Alright.
Assess all the damage and figure out where they're going to stay tonight. That's part of what people here are dealing with right now. Back to the studio.
Tom, thank you. And the images you're bringing us, devastating. And Sky 5 Live over here, over Revere as well. Those images just as devastating. The National Weather Service has confirmed a tornado touchdown in Revere this morning.
All right.
They're making that comment.
Now, 2 o'clock.
At this point, we have no reports of injuries coming in. We are checking in with police and fire. Obviously, a very busy morning for them as they're responding to all of these neighborhoods, all of these areas. Our crews on the scene. A lot of people, understandably, very shaken up by what's happened here. The storm just went through so quickly. Cindy Fitzgibbon, meteorologist Cindy Fitzgibbon, saying between 9:30 and 9:40 this morning. A tornado touchdown. So the force of this extremely powerful. We've seen
2 o'clock. We will still have some showers of thunderstorms to the west and north of us.
It's just a mess down there.
And the best chance for showers of storms north and west of 495 here.
That roof just ripped off. Emergency crews using that area.
And clear sailing for the rest of the week here. Alright, 7-day forecast. It goes like this.
Jim Lokay has also been walking around. He was on Broadway, just near American Legion Highway there, and saw tree crews, just going down the side of the road, putting the trees, putting the limbs in the chipper, trying to clear out these streets so they can open up the roads once again. There was a huge tree down right across American Legion Highway, and this is just
for this afternoon, chance of showers with thunderstorms also possible after 2 p.m. Some of the storms could produce gusty winds and heavy rain. Part to San Scott under 81 degrees and south. We're about 10 to 13 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation is 40%. New rainfall amounts of less than 10 inches. Amounts possible in thunderstorms. For the night, chance of showers and thunderstorms may before 7 p.m. Part to San Scott low 62 degrees southwest. We're about 10 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation 30%. New rainfall amounts of less than 10 inches. Amounts possible in thunderstorms. Tuesday, most of San Scott under 38 degrees and in west we're about 8 miles per hour. Tuesday night, patch about after 5 a.m. and west. Most of the Scott low 58 degrees in southwest. We're about 6 miles per hour. Common evening. Wednesday, patch about after before 8 a.m. and west. San Scott under 79 degrees and light variable wind. Wednesday night, patch about after 3 a.m. and west. Most of the Scott low 59 degrees. Thursday, areas of fog before 9 a.m. Over San Scott under 88 degrees. Friday night, Park Scott low 61 degrees. Friday, most of San Scott under 81 degrees. Friday night, most of Scott low 63 degrees. Saturday, chance of showers, most of Scott under 78 degrees and chance of precipitation 30%. Saturday night, chance of showers, most of Scott low 62 degrees. Chance of precipitation 30% for Sunday, but San Scott under 80 degrees. Peters, what a phrase of the day! Still on the lookout for storms along with human conditions and then clear sailing in the weather department for the rest of the week. Here,
everywhere on the sidewalks, you cannot walk on the sidewalk.
Picture Channel News Time is now 12:15.
That it was a tornado because from what they saw, they got dark, it got scary. Residents came out.
And take a look at the traffic outlook here, and it shows.
You see the wires that are at top wrapped in orange? Well, the proximity of those wires to that window, which could come down at any minute, is very scary.
And it shows Route 6 on the westbound side. A little slow from Sandwich all the way down to the Sagamore Bridge, and Route 3 a little slow from Sagamore down to Plymouth here. And over at 95 24 miles per hour from 128 to the Rhode Island border here, and Route 195 on the westbound side a little slow from East Providence down to Providence to the next to 195 on the westbound side as you approach 95 in downtown Providence here.
To begin, and if power will stay on is another big question. But
otherwise, all the highways will without a move on and fine. And Southeast Expressway stop and go from Quincy all the way down to Dorchester here.
a massive building.
And all the highways in Revere are closed due to some
blown right out.
to the tornado areas. Route 60 closed, Route 107 is closed, and Route 1 is closed. So, according to Revere Police, there is asking the public to stay away from the city due to all the closed roads due to the flooding and trees down and power lines down and outages, and traffic is backed up in some areas here.
It was dark, she heard shaking.
And 120 on the westbound side also from Peabody all the way down for Redden on 128 south on the
Mouth dropped open.
and 39395 from 128 to the Rhode for the New Hampshire border here, and Route 129 on the southbound side a little slow due to an accident on 128 southbound as you approach Route 9 in Wellesley here.
Right now. We're live in Chelsea.
And Mass Pike eastbound a little slow around the Worcester Auburn stretch. Peter, Channel News Time 12:17. Time now for the news report here. Empty shells lie on the
Smashed out in that
ground next to an Israeli Merkava tank in an unspecified location in the Israeli border Gaza Strip Saturday Monday. Second American affected with people amid fears outbreak spread to African nations. After more than 6 weeks of sometimes testy talks, House and Senate negotiators have agreed on a compromise plan to fix the Veterans Health Program's penalized by long patient wait times and falsified records covering up delays. Samsung has delayed the launch of its Tizen brand smartphone. Time to call for a failure. Smartphones of the future, 6 cool technologies. Favorite characters, key scenes, and one big clue about the Cliffhanger Guardians is what began him now. Cat Roosevelt 25 minutes ago. And discount store chain Dollar Tree Incorporated with a silver buy. Rival Family Dollar stores for about $8.5 million to $8.5 billion created North America's biggest discount retailer.
The National Weather Service confirming that this was
Muslims in India celebrate Eid al-Fitr after the sighting of the moon last night. Firecrackers and hugs are seen in plenty across the country, reverberating the sense of the joy among the Islamic communities. They bid goodbye to the holy month for Ramadan. Heavy fighting and rage Monday around the Malaysian Airlines debris field once again prevented an international police team charged with securing the site from getting near.
section of that roof ripped off as well. Todd Kaskevich on Revere Beach.
Plymouth, California fire officials are optimistic that they may soon have the upper hand on a wildfire burning near the venues of North Carolina and Northern California that has led to the evacuation orders for more than about 1,200 people.
The insurance company and
Lightning strikes bewildered beachgoers and put residents on guard Monday as storms continue to sweep out the area. The Los Angeles County lifeguards rushed to pull injured swimmers out of the water after lightning struck the ocean about 2 p.m.
incredible.
In Revere, Massachusetts, the city of Revere appears to have taken the biggest hit from severe thunderstorms that dumped torrential rains and whipped up strong winds as they rumbled to the Boston area this morning. As The National Weather Service is looking into the possibility that a tornado had touched down in Revere, Massachusetts. Here, former Alaska Governor and one-time candidate for Vice President Sarah Palin announced yesterday that the launch of her own TV network and unimaginably called the Sarah Palin Channel.
So they are routing traffic around the church.
Online real estate giant Zillow has agreed to rival trillion $3.5 billion all-stock deal. Zillow announced Monday their transaction is expected to close next year. Washington, few Americans signed contracts to buy homes in June, yet the real estate market appears to have cooled off this summer. Russian stocks fell to an 11-week low, and the ruble slid among the emerging market currencies amid the threat of new sanctions in Europe. Virgin America's next destination is Wall Street. The California-based airline filed on Monday for an initial public offering of shares. Online retail giant Amazon.com has issued a 3D printer store which lets shoppers take charge and customize their own designs. The marketplace lists more than 200 on-demand products and consumers can customize some of the pieces. Here, in technology news this morning, T-Mobile announced a new plan, with their CEO John Legere taking steps at AT&T early this morning. It's not even 10 a.m. and he's already calling out competitors. Reuters reports that China's State Administration officials of industry and commerce have made sudden visits to Microsoft premises but declined to give reasons for doing so, supposedly because the requests had made outside business hours. San Diego Comic-Con was wrapped for another year after packing as many as crowd please announcements into its 4-day window as possible. Loosely slams Hercules the box office during opening box office weekend.
Just take a look around here right now.
The rumors about the new movie has already started to buzz around Hollywood, and there are some determining facts that a new villain in store for the team played by the Blacklist, James Spader, and the role of Ultron. Kay Fairbairn, it turns out, was one of the few sober people at the show on Mansfield, Massachusetts on Saturday night. According to Rolling Stones, 46 people were treated at the concert while 22 of them were hospitalized. Call Covington and Army triple off Jake Peterson and Chance David as a division leading Los Angeles Dodgers played a 4-3 sweep with a victory over the San Francisco Giants Sunday night in San Fran. New Los Angeles Lakers coach Brian Scott told ESPN.com that the team better be ready to play some defense. Scott said he made the remark to Lakers guard Kobe Bryant. Bryant told Scott he was working out with Ford Wesley Johnson. Some researchers believe that ancient bird fish drownets had leg feathers weight forming of a pair of wings, Alexander et al. Said. According to a report from the Howard Hughes Medical Institute, new technologies for monitoring brain activity, adrenaline, and unparalleled quantities of information. Chatham, Massachusetts, one store offered pastel baby booties with felt shark teeth for toes. Christmas ornaments have Santa perched on the back of the shark with a wreath around his neck. It's all systems kick off in space after the Russians finally regained control of a space packed full of phony lizards. There, the world is anxiously turned toward Russia. Last Friday has revealed that space scientists had lost control of satellites. Scientists have suggested that fist bumps rather than handshakes the way of greeting each other to stop the spread of diseases such as the flu.
That's the area that's most affected.
AstraZeneca announced that entered into collaboration with Roche developed a plasma-based combined diagnostic test to support AZD9291 as AstraZeneca's investigational compound in clinical development for non-small cell lung cancer. Tonight, the Red Sox will be at Fenway Park taking on the Toronto Blue Jays. Here, Peter Channel News Time, 12:22. Time now for a stock market report at the high noon hour on this July 28th.
And again, on Newell down to Nahoyden. I've spoken to folks down the street as well. They also have damage, tree damage, and now property damage like this. Again,
all right, let's take a look at the U.S. stock market report. Dow Jones 69.95, down 31.62. S&P 500 1973.70, down 4.64, and Nasdaq 4431.29, down 18.27. In the European markets, here, DAX 9598.17, down 45.84, FTSE 678.07, down 3.48, and CAC 4344.77, up 14.22 points. In the Asia stock markets, the Nikkei 15529.40, up 71.53, Shanghai 2167.95, up 51.33, and HSI 24420.63, up 212.62. Oil 101.68, down 41 cents. Brent 107.61, down 78 cents, down 80 cents. And natural gas 3.741, down 0.04. In gold markets here, 1303.90 in gold, up 60 cents. Silver 20.595, up down 0.041, and copper 3.2425, up 0.002. In the bonds here, US 10-year yield 2.4908. up open 0.22. German 10-year yield 1.152%, down open 0.001.
Looking at
In Japan 10-year yield 0.529%, up open 0.001. In the FX there,
across the area.
European US dollar 1.3438, up open 0.009. US dollar Japanese yen 101.84, up 2 cents, and Great Britain pound US dollar 1.6984, up open 0.012.
Past hour. Couple of cells.
And our top story in the noon hour is the National Weather Service confirms that a tornado touched down in Revere.
Area. These cells have been moving around you. The lightning seems to be diminishing for the moment. We have a couple of showers on the Cape as well. These two are lifting toward the north and east. And then on the north shore, some...
And the National Weather Service has confirmed that an F1 tornado touched down in Revere, Massachusetts early this morning.
This cell is...
And storm damage in Revere. Use extreme caution in the Revere. Chelsea expect delays. Photo courtesy of NEIA 1. And Revere, Chelsea, Massachusetts, Broadway closed due to the weather-related debris and reports of active activity from thunderstorms. Major delays. Road closure to follow. National Weather Services look to possibly that tornado touched down in Revere. And Revere Police is asking the public to stay away from Revere. It's there are numerous road closures due to flooding and trees and power lines. And traffic is backed up in some areas and can block and slow down the emergency response. And a tree down American Legion Highway. Revere current closed due to large tree blocking the road. Here. And that's it for the Weather Magician Peter Channel Noon Report for this July 28, 2014. Peter, for a good day with a good positive. I'll see you at 5. Have a good day.
Right here.